Hi, this is Honey German from Power 105.1, and welcome to Meet the CEO. Today we are sitting with someone who's, I guess, part of our culture here in New York, and everyone's going to know exactly who he is, who he represents as soon as he introduces himself. Give us your name and the company that you are CEO of.
Ahmed Abouelenein and Halal guys.
You see, I could have never been able to do that. The Halal guys. If you're a New Yorker, you know the name, you know the food, you know the original truck. Now, let's take it back. Your dad is one of the original, I guess, what do you call it? Founder or business owners?
Founder, owner, co-founder
of the truck itself.
Yes.
Okay. How did he come up with this idea, and who are his partners?
Okay, so he has three partners: Abdul Basit Saeed, Ahmed Sakka, and Abouelenein Sakka.
Is everyone from Egypt?
All of them from Egypt.
All of them from Egypt.
So
okay.
Three brothers and him.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
He got lucky. The brothers brought him in on the business.
So yeah,
They migrated from Egypt here.
yes.
Okay. What year is this?
I believe sometime in the 80s.
In the 80s? Okay.
Before I was born, so I don't even know. Maybe early 80s. I don't know.
You got to ask.
I will ask.
So what happened? How did they come up with this concept, and how did they end up on that one particular block?
Okay, so in the beginning they had the hot dog cart, and at that time hot dog cart can be everywhere in the city.
Yes.
So they used to move from one block to one block until they purchased, I believe, this specific corner from, I believe, a former vendor.
Okay.
And it was just empty corner, and they preferred that corner.
Okay, the corner was empty. There was
Yeah.
nothing else around. They were like, we're going to make a killing
There
here.
was a vendor there.
There was?
Cart.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a cart. And they purchased it from, I believe it was a Greek vendor.
Okay.
Something like that. So they did that, and they started to see that in New York City there's not really halal food, and they applied that themselves. Every time they need halal food to eat, they had to travel back to Queens just to get food and come back.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it's kind of a trip for them. And they came with the idea, why don't we produce something halal for us and for cab drivers?
Yeah, no, of course. Cab drivers got to eat.
Exactly.
They're out here in the streets all day long.
And the majority of cab drivers at that time were Muslims.
Okay. So it made sense.
So it made sense for
Yeah.
them. So the minute they did that, they transformed the hot dog cart to a shish kebab cart, which what we have now, and then they started serving the Muslim cabbies at that time, and they were the majority of the customers. From there, the Muslim cabbies took the word and started spreading the word everywhere to their customers.
They were like, you got to go to this spot.
Exactly.
What was the exact location?
53rd and 6.
53rd and 6th.
Yeah, that's.
What's
we're
there
always
now?
there. Us.
You're still there now? Even though you have all these franchises, even you opened up all these restaurants, you still keep the original cart?
The cart is the main thing.
That's amazing. Who works it? An employee, I'm assuming?
Our employees, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our great employees.
That is so
iconic.
dope.
The cart is iconic.
That is iconic. You know, the fact that even though you have a franchise, even though you're all over, and I read that you plan on expanding by like hundreds of
Yes.
franchise locations,
Correct.
you still have your original cart.
That's what started everything.
Is your father here in New York?
Yes,
Does he visit the cart every now and then?
course. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
what about
of
you? Do you
course.
go back?
I do.
You're like, let me see what's
Still
going
go.
on here. Okay, let me taste this food. Let me see if it's still the same.
I grew up at the cart, so I know how.
You worked the cart also.
I worked the cart.
How did that happen? How old were you when they were like,
Okay.
you got to go work the cart?
No, I was not forced to work the carts. I was.
You wanted to?
Yes. So
Okay.
I was living in Egypt at that time.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were like one of us. I grew up here and your father
No.
was like, okay, you got to work the
No,
business
I moved
now.
in here 2006 or 2007, around that time.
Okay.
But before that, I used to come every summer, just spend my summer holiday here.
Did you work the cart in the summer?
Yes. And it was fun for me.
It was fun? Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
It was fun.
You got to know
Spending
the
my
city.
summer,
Yeah, and
And
you
at
got to
the
help
same
the
time-
family.
Yeah, at the same time seeing what my father was doing.
Yeah.
And seeing how much work he was doing at this cart, and seeing these long lines, it was crazy. No one is doing that.
And we have a lot of carts in New York. There's never long lines at carts.
Yes,
I'm
don't see
telling
that.
you.
You
Like,
don't see that anywhere.
you don't. It
Yeah.
was like something so... as New Yorkers, it's like, okay, we're going to the cart. We're going to the halal guys. We're going to the halal. Like it was a ritual for us, especially when we got out of clubs. Like we were just talking about it. We were like, after the club, it was the halal guys.
It's a must.
It is.
And
Now-
that's when it used to get the most busy for us.
at
After
night,
clubbing.
right?
Yeah. After
Listen, we
clubbing.
were starving and we needed that food.
I know.
As a born and raised New Yorker, I'm telling you, you guys have something that's so. It's like a treasure for us, you know, and everybody that's from New York knows about it. So you work the truck.
Yeah, so I worked at the carts just on and off,
Mm-hmm.
and then moved here 2007 and went to school. studied engineering, and then around 2011, 2012, so my father getting a little bit old, and the business like needs someone to jump in at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was not in my mind to go that route at all. The food business.
Yeah.
I was doing engineering, so
Yeah, you're like,
I had
I'm going to
not.
be an engineer, Dad.
Exactly.
I don't know what to tell you.
So yeah, 2000 around 2013. That's when I joined the business full time.
Mm-hmm.
I was still studying, and 2014 when we decided to go franchising.
Who came up with the concept? Like, how do you go from like a street cart to franchising and opening stores all over? Who came up with who saw the vision? That's the question. Who saw the vision for this?
So the owners were approached a few years before that
Mhm.
to franchise, and
Okay.
they didn't want to. They were so worried about the quality of the food. They were worried that we don't want to compromise the quality. What's legit?
Mm-hmm.
So they kept. We have Dan Rowe from FranceSmart. He kept going after them, after them.
So he didn't stop.
He didn't stop. But the still like when we decided to go for was franchising, and we had this conversation like we're gonna put all quality measures in place to make sure the quality is there. I think at that time we're a very small team,
Mhm.
so they didn't think we may grow to be that big or have that many restaurants at that time and be able to control our quality, have a training program in place, all of these things. In their mind it was like we have just a few cards.
They're like,
No
you guys
way
are
we're
thinking
big.
real big
Yeah,
right
no
now.
way we're gonna be able to go franchise and open locations everywhere.
Yeah.
So when they saw second generation, including myself,
Yeah.
coming on board and they can do these things and have that vision to grow the brand, and that's when they agreed to the idea of
That-
franchising.
That's amazing. Now, as far you said you have a training program. How do you guys, pick the people, make sure that they maintain the same quality of food? Like, do you have like a halal guide, a boot camp for these people that are going to work for you, or how does that work?
So it starts with our selection to franchisees.
Mm-hmm.
So outside New York City, all over the country, we have all franchise locations. New York City, 2 corporate locations. So it starts with selection with franchisees. 2014, we sold a lot of franchises.
2014.
2014.
Okay.
Once we agreed to do franchising, we sold a lot of franchises.
Everybody was like, we want in.
Exactly.
That's
And
good.
we have sold close to the first year, close to 200 plus units
Wow,
the first year
that's amazing.
of franchise. We did that, and the next step is for franchisees to come to training. So
Mhm.
they get
Training is here in New York?
in New York City.
Okay.
So
With the original owners?
No,
Okay.
no. But we have a training team in place.
Okay. Okay.
So 4 weeks training, hands-on training
Okay.
on the food.
These are for the people preparing the food.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
For the food management, basically everything how to run the Halal Guys store
Mhm.
for 4 to 5 weeks, and everyone, it's a must. You cannot open a Halal Guys location without attending the training.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've always wondered that. I'm like, do you get trained when you're going to
Yes,
open
you
up
have
this?
to.
No, I can only imagine. Now, this is a one in a million type of story. There's so many carts in New York. You don't hear of anything like this. This is truly the American dream.
Correct.
Now, with so many, entrepreneurs and young people that want to, be as successful or create their own business, what are some tips that you might have as far as like someone young that has a great idea, as far as developing it and not giving up on what it is that they're trying to do?
I think I was lucky. I'll tell you that, to find that great brand in my hand and to be able to grow it.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I was very lucky because no one outside is doing that. And if you look anywhere in the world, there is no halal brand that franchising.
That's amazing.
That
How
fast.
how proud are your people of what
Very
you
proud.
have done?
Very proud.
Are you guys kind of like low-key celebrities?
No.
No?
No.
I would think so. I would be so happy if it was some Dominican
We're
people
happy,
doing this.
yeah.
Listen, I would
We're
be like,
happy, but I would still like go back to think about the cards, how it all started,
yeah.
and how much work was put to come to that
Hmm.
point of So I would say just
The tips.
Yeah.
Come on, because you're super young and you're out here. You're running this, company. You got to have some tips for us.
Just I don't know, love what you do, and
That's always key. If you love what you do, you're going to be
love what you do,
successful.
and that's the main key. What the founders did over the years, they
Mhm.
loved what they do, and they cared so much about the customers, regardless what business is it.
Hmm.
Care about the customers.
Care about the people that you're serving.
The guest is the main thing. If the guest is the key, the guest is your investment, the guest is your profit, the guest is everything.
Now, how can potential guests find you? Like, are there certain locations, website, Instagram? Like, how can we get in
we're-
contact?
Yeah, we're in all kind of social media platforms.
Okay.
We're there.
Do you oversee that?
No.
No?
I have a marketing team
I don't know
that
why I
does
think
that.
he does everything. I'm like,
I
do you
don't.
show the people how to
I
cook? Do you run the social
No,
media?
I have a great team of people that
Yeah.
are doing that.
Because I was on your Instagram and I was so hungry. I told her, I said, first of all, now I need halal food. Like, I'm like, this is amazing.
It
Well,
makes you just more hungry when you look at pictures.
it really does. Nori was on, he did the show On the Run Eating for Complex.
Yes.
Did you have any part to do with that? Or they just reached out and they were like, we just want to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you meet Nori or you weren't part of that episode at all?
No, I have not.
We love that show. And we love Nori here in New York. So I was like, oh my God, Nori did the episode. I was like, I wonder if Ahmed got any information that he wants to give me. Now, I was reading you have a lot of upcoming, franchises that are going to be opening. How many do you have in store?
So right now we have 90 locations opened
Okay.
as of today. First one opened in 2015, August 2015.
So this is so recent. We're only in 2019.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
recent.
And very fast it grows.
I see.
We have 400 plus in development.
That's it. What do you mean by in development? People that already got approved to do a franchise?
Yes, so they're approved, they're signed up with us, and they're in development. So we only sell multi-unit franchisees, 5 units minimum requirement.
Okay.
So each franchisee signed for 5 units plus.
Okay.
So they go with the development schedule, one store per year. So
Okay, got it.
from every franchisee, if you forecast next year, you may have 100 locations in addition to what you have, for example, opening. Goes with construction, store development, all of that, and that can happen.
Now, important question. Do you have the halal guys in Egypt?
No, we don't.
What are you talking
We don't.
about?
And
What?
believe it or not, it's
It's
we
not-
have requested that.
Okay.
We have three different franchisee requested it,
Really?
and we have said no.
You have said no. Okay, I need
said
answers.
no.
Why?
Not specific reason for
No
now.
specific
just
reason?
We have not developed in the Middle East for now.
Oh, you have not. Okay.
Not in the Middle East. In Asia, we have developed in Asia. We have 3 locations, South Korea,
Okay.
opened out of 10, and we have 4 in Indonesia out of 6 location open.
Okay.
And the last recent 2 opened in UK, in London.
Okay.
Not yet in the Middle East, so
Okay. We'll
we're-
wait on it.
Yes.
I know you're gonna be there
Not
when
yet.
that happens.
Yeah, not yet. We gotta control what we have first.
That's
We're
dope.
still
Now,
growing.
now your mom, does she love the food? What does she say about the food? Does she
Yes.
criticize it? Like
No, she loves it.
she loves it. Okay. She
loves
doesn't say, "Oh, it needs a little more salt," or "You need a little more pepper." She doesn't say
No,
anything.
No. But of course, she cooks better than our food. So.
I can
Cannot
only
say anything
imagine.
about that.
I can. What's your favorite plate when you go to the restaurant? Do you get the same thing all the
Our
time?
food?
Yeah. Well, the halal guys. Yeah.
Halal guys. The chicken platter. Chicken platter with rice, fries, salad, and white sauce. Amazing
Why?
white sauce.
You're making me so hungry right
Should
now.
have brought some plates with me.
You really should have. I saw you do catering, so we're definitely going to
do?
try to cater
Of course.
from the halal guys for
Yeah.
one of our holiday parties. We have a lot of stuff coming up, so we got to definitely make that happen. Thank you so much for coming through today.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
really excited. I'm glad to have
Appreciate
gotten
it.
to know you, and thank you for everything that you guys have done here in New York. You guys are part of our community. You're part of our history, and good luck to you. And
Thank
say
you.
hi to Dad and the other
I
two
will.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming
Thank
through.
you for having us.
You're welcome.